Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bravo refusing to give Dolores Catania a label, as she is set to appear on RHORI. Real Housewives of New Jersey star Dolores Catania is making waves yet again, but this time it's not in the Garden State. It was reported that Dolores Catania will be appearing on Bravo's upcoming Real Housewives of Rhode Island, RHORI, and fans have been eager to understand just how involved she'll be. As it turns out, even Bravo may not know yet. Dolores will make pop-ins, an insider told OK. It would be weird if she didn't show up, as she is extremely close with one of the main cast members and has had a close friendship with her for many years. Although early reports suggested Dolores Catania might be appearing as a friend of on RHORI, the network isn't ready to commit to any official designation. She's more like a long-term guest, the source clarified. They aren't building the show around her being a large part of it, but she's definitely going to be involved for sure. In fact, Bravo is refusing to give her a label altogether, suggesting her role may evolve as the season progresses. According to the insider, Catania may come on for events in the beginning and or at the end, keeping her involvement flexible and open-ended. With filming slated to begin at the end of the month, everything remains up in the air. No one knows what the future holds in terms of her being there, the insider said. She could inevitably become a full-time cast member and move to Rhode Island if she takes off on that show. For now, fans will have to wait and see how Catania's cameo-style role on RHORI plays out, and whether it could lead to a full-time move to yet another Bravo franchise. In a move that has Housewives Nation spiraling into a frenzy of speculation, Bravo has officially confirmed that Real Housewives of New Jersey veteran Dolores Catania will appear on the upcoming debut season of The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, RHORI. But in true Bravo fashion, they've dropped this bombshell with a twist. Dolores will not be given a label. Yes, you read that right. No housewife. No friend of. No cute Chiron with a clever tagline like Strong Island Soul in the Ocean State. Just Dolores. And that silence is deafening. Dolores, unboxed. Dolores Catania is no stranger to reinvention. From cop to single mom to philanthropist to plastic surgery blow-up queen, she has never fit neatly into anyone's mold. Maybe that's the problem, or perhaps it's the secret sauce that's kept her so watchable for the better part of a decade. When news leaked that Dolores would be appearing on RHORI, fans and insiders alike immediately assumed she'd be handed a golden apple or clam cake, as RHORI's rumored intro props might go. But when Bravo dropped the cast announcement, with flashy portraits, quotes, and labels for the new Rhode Island wives, Dolores was there too. Untagged, unbothered, and undeniably present. No label. Just vibes, and fans have questions. What is she doing there? Is she a guest? A narrator? A spiritual guide? One Reddit user posted in a thread titled Bravo, "Why is Dolores floating in space?" Theories abound. Some say Dolores was meant to be a full-time cast member, but contracts stalled. Others whisper about a pilot experiment in reimagining what a housewife even means in the post-pandemic, TikTok-ified world of reality TV. And then there are the bold truthers. Dolores is there to test the elasticity of the franchise, mused one Bravo blogger. She's not a housewife, she's a mythic figure now. A matriarchal entity, she is beyond Bravo. Indeed, Bravo's decision to withhold a label may be less about exclusion and more about elevation. The ghost of Housewives past. Let's be honest, Dolores has always been a bit of an outlier. Loyal yet enigmatic, transparent about her cosmetic surgeries, but cagey about her love life. Fierce in defense of her friends, yet oddly zen when blindsided at a reunion. She's the woman who can host a charity event for battered women, confront her ex-husband's new girlfriend, and still look like she just walked out of a meditation retreat. Now imagine that energy dropped into the chaos of a brand new franchise. The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, based primarily in Newport and Providence, is rumored to feature a cast of socialites, real estate powerhouses, and some low-key old-money eccentrics. It's the perfect setting for a woman who exists at the intersection of luxury, loyalty, and low tolerance for BS. Bravo knows exactly what it's doing. Dolores is the ghost of Housewives past, present, and future, and she's here to haunt
Dolores
RHORI.
Catania
Doesn't need a label, and apparently Bravo agrees. As news breaks that the Real Housewives of the Orange Rich Isles (RHORI) is adding the New Jersey OG to its already high-gloss cast, one detail has tongues wagging harder than the latest designer divorce. Bravo is refusing to give Dolores any official label. No friend of, no housewife, no special guest, just Dolores. And somehow that speaks louder than any tagline could. A label-free legend, in a franchise that has turned titles into territory, Bravo's decision is quietly revolutionary. Housewives are introduced, ranked, and even dismissed based on labels. You're either a full-time cast member, 2 Diamond, Apple, Peach, a friend of, forever sipping from the sidelines, or a one-episode guest, blink and you missed her. To go label-free is to walk into the lion's den without armor, and yet Dolores is doing just that. But this isn't Dolores' first rodeo. She's been to war in Jersey, sprawled across couches at reunions, squared off in sprinkle cookies versus family loyalty battles, and carried herself with a stoic grace that even the most Botoxed veterans envy. And now, with RHORI poised to become Bravo's next big experiment in opulence and oceanfront scandal, Dolores is stepping into the unknown like a woman with nothing to prove. Bravo knows it. That's why they're keeping it vague. Not a snub, more like strategic mystery. The power of undefined. So what does it mean to walk onto a show like RHORI with no defined role? It means unpredictability. It means freedom. It means potential. Bravo isn't pinning Dolores down because Dolores doesn't need to be pinned. Will she bring the grounding wisdom of a Jersey matriarch, the middle finger energy of a woman who's had it up to here with other people's mess? Or maybe she's just here to observe, silently judging from her perch in neutral Balenciaga, occasionally cutting in with an ice-cold truth bomb that stuns the table into silence. You don't get to predict Dolores, and Bravo isn't even trying. It's a bold choice in a franchise where audience expectations and Reddit theories demand clarity. Viewers want to know who's stirring the pot, who's hosting the trip, who's bringing the receipts. But Dolores arrives label-less, untethered and unbothered. The message? She's not here to fit into a mold, she's here to shake it. RHORI. A new playground for an old pro for those unfamiliar. First of all, where have you been? RHORI is Bravo's latest Housewives creation, set on a fictitious yet painfully relatable cluster of luxurious islands where Botox is currency, brunches last 4 hours, and every closet has its own closet. Think Beverly Hills decadence meets Miami flash, with a splash of international flair and way more yacht scenes. Into this world steps Dolores Catania, a woman whose Jersey roots run deeper than the Pasig River. She's tough, she's warm. She'll read you your rights with a smile on her face and a martini in hand. But will her no-nonsense East Coast vibe translate in the glittery haze of RHORI's palm trees and passive aggression? That's precisely what Bravo is betting on. Dolores brings something RHORI hasn't seen yet: gravitas. In a world where everyone is performing, she's unapologetically real. Whether she's handing out hard truths or silently observing from a poolside cabana, her mere presence could shift the tone of the show, and maybe, just maybe, ground it in something resembling reality. A quiet revolution in casting. By refusing to label Dolores, Bravo is doing something quietly radical, breaking its own rules. In the Housewives universe, structure is sacred. Taglines, intro sequences, status rankings, these are part of the ritual. Viewers tune in expecting to see caste hierarchies etched in gold and diamonds. But Dolores is walking in like the uninvited guest who ends up hosting the party. It's an experiment in narrative power. What happens when a cast member isn't introduced with a label? Does that make her more of a wild card, less of a threat, or more of one? And for Bravo, it's a genius move. It keeps fans guessing, gives online speculation room to grow, and places Dolores in the center of the conversation, without even assigning her a single role. In a world obsessed with definitions, Dolores is giving us mystery, and in reality TV, mystery is currency. Fan reaction: confused, curious, obsessed. Online, the Bravo sphere is abuzz. Is she just visiting? Is she testing the waters for a full-time spot? Is she replacing someone mid-season? Or is she there to observe, the way only a true veteran can, before deciding whether this circus is even worth her time? "I don't need Dolores to have a diamond," one fan tweeted. "She is the diamond." Others are speculating she's been brought in to mediate drama, or maybe even stir it. But the consensus is clear. No one knows what to expect. And that's exactly why it's working.